Is up, my friends? You are welcome back after Liverpool got to Kenilworth Road and dropped 2 points by drawing 1-1. A game that once again sees Liverpool cheated by the VAR hub, cheated by the referee Andy Madley, cheated by the PGMOL. And did I mention cheated? Because we've been cheated yet again out of another perfectly valid penalty. Fair play to Luton. They went up the other end, capitalised on it, played to the whistle. And Liverpool equalised then at the end through Lucho. Obviously, a beautiful message for his father as well. I'm going to go through and give you my thoughts on the game, of course, asking you guys to let us know yours in the comment section. If you are somebody who believes that wasn't a penalty, by the way, I mean, go away. Hang your head in shame. Blatant penalty. Never given. Robbery. We are also being brought to you thanks to our friends at Surfshark. Don't forget, you can get Surfshark VPN with our offer for just over €2 per month. Scan the QR code on the screen, put in Anfield Agenda at checkout. That will get you the Surfshark VPN offer for just over €2 per month with up to 6 months free. And also, don't forget, Surfshark have their wonderful 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, unlike the VAR and the PGMOL, they will give you your money back. So look, a few things to get off my chest here. I have no beef in any way with the Luton players and the Luton manager. Fair play. They played to the whistle. They did their job. They went up the other end and scored. So absolutely well done to them. Don't want to take it away from them. Their fans, scum. I'm going to say it again. Their fans and the tragedy chanting, scum. Hang your heads in shame. I hope you never get back near the Premier League again. You deserve no place in the Premier League. You deserve no place in football. And when Sky and Carragher are calling it out as well, you know something was up. That was disgusting. So hang their heads in shame on that one. With regards to our performance, look, it is unacceptable. It is unacceptable to see those chances missed. It is unacceptable to see Darwin Núñez miss chance after chance. It is. I can't hide that. I can't make it all better. We played well enough to win that game, but we didn't take our chances. And in the Premier League, if you don't take your chances, well, then you give the lads in the VAR hub an opportunity to shaft you. And I believe it was Craig Holden who was on VAR duty today. Again, in what world is that not a handball? In what world was he not stopping that ball going back towards goal when it left Verge's head? I don't really care what the world has to say. I've been around football my entire fucking life. That was a handball. But to caveat to that, Luton played to the whistle. They did their job. They counter-attacked and they scored. I have no issues with Luton. But from our perspective, oh, lads, where do I start? Honestly, where do I start? We should have won that game about 8-1. But miss after miss after miss and frustration after frustration and some good bit of goalkeeping as well. Got to give credit to the Luton Town goalkeeper. He made some excellent saves in that game. But it's just that age-old story. It's just the age-old story of others around us drop points and Liverpool don't capitalise on it. And that's the most frustrating part of this whole weekend. We see Newcastle beat Arsenal yesterday. And we didn't capitalise on it. We've a chance that something happens tomorrow between Spurs and Chelsea. And we've gone to Kenilworth Road. Should be a gifted 3 points. And we've let them off the hook. So let's have a look at the game and look at the shots and stuff. So Luton had 5 shots on target. We had 6. We had 11 shots off target to Luton's 2. 74% of the possession for Liverpool. Corner kicks, 7 for Liverpool, 4 for Luton. Offsides, 1 apiece. I honestly, we've no right to talk about a title challenge if we can't go away to Luton and win. We've no right to be dreaming about Premier Leagues if we can't go away to Luton to win. Liensk said, congrats on the late equaliser. Diaz is class. Look, can we get a poll, Ben, on the penalty? Was it a penalty, yes or no? I mean, I'd love to get everybody's thoughts on this because I'm sick of the PGMOL. I'm sick to the back teeth of these arseholes week in and week out having an undue influence over Premier League games. I don't know how on earth that is not a penalty. I can't fathom it. I can't get my stupidly bald fat head around how that isn't a penalty. But as I said, after that, you played to the whistle and Luton did that and they scored. So I've nothing wrong with Luton's part of that. Fair play to them. But look, I get it. I come on, moan about the penalty, and people think I negate everything else that happened in the game. I get it. People think, but Craig, what about the 15 missed chances? What about this? I get all of that. But you have to take each individual thing on its own merits, right? The missed chances are appalling and shocking. McAllister was awful. Szoboszlai, I don't recognise him. But I don't understand how it isn't a penalty. Like, his arms were like this. Like this. He's basically made his body twice its width. Virgin headed the ball back across goal, and it hits his arm. I don't care if his back's to goal. It doesn't matter. That's not my problem. We can't go like this in the penalty area with our back to goal and think, well, if it hits my hand, tough shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how we're at this point in football where nobody knows what a handball is anymore. And I mean, genuinely, we're all going back and forth here. Some saying penno, some saying not penno. I don't even get how it's subjective. Like, and what I mean by this is, I sincerely mean, I don't know if any of us knows the rules anymore. Like, what the hell is a handball now? It's mental. It's so... I don't get it. Shocking performance, Craig. Penalty or not, the most shocking half on the pitch. Quitting plays, complained officials, slow Luton breakthrough. Look, not good enough from us, dude. I'm with you, John, on that. And look, we should have won that game regardless of the penalty incident. And the penalty incident won't escape a shit performance from me, trust me. And I'm embarrassed at some of the chances we missed today. It was quite frankly shocking to see professional footballers have so many opportunities and not put them away. Like, look at Salah's header back to Darwin when he blazed it over the bar. And answer me what he was meaning to do there. Because I don't think he was meaning to lay that header off. I think that was Mo's attempt at a header towards goal, and it went sideways. Then we had the ball into Gakpo that he threw his ankle at it, and it was behind his body a little bit. And it took, as somebody pointed out, it took somebody to come off the bench who shouldn't really be near that pitch because of what's going on with his father and the mental anguish that he and his family are going through, to come off that bench and score an equaliser for us. And of course, lovely moment, that the shirt that said, I believe, free my father. And we're all with Lucho on that. I don't know. I'm struck for words here at the minute, because let's tell you what, let's go through and talk about some of the performances. I don't really have much beef with any of the defense today. I think that we defended okay. Midfield, that's where we came up with problems today for me. Midfield is what stopped us winning that game today. McAllister, I can't defend today's performance. Abject. Clueless. Confused. Gifting away simple passes. Szoboszlai looked like he'd played 3 games back-to-back yesterday and hadn't got an ounce of energy left in his legs. I thought Gravenberch was awesome. I thought he was fantastic. Elliott looked great when he came on. Where was Mo? Again, like, that was a terrible Mo performance today. Like, really, really poor. And I know people don't like when I criticize Mo, but as I keep telling you, I'm an equal opportunist criticizer. Mo was terrible. So was Darwin. Like, Darwin had an opportunity in that first half that would have been one of the goals of the season. And he was unlucky with that because it wasn't the easiest of chances. It was an amazing pick out from Trent. Darwin's run was top notch. First touch, controls it a bit, and then he volleys it off the bar. But the other chances, for the love of God, how have we not scored 3 or 4 goals there today? I still don't see the poll up, Ben, by the way. Can we have a poll for, was it a penalty or not? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Serious discussions need to be had about Costas as well. Well, look, to be fair to Costas, he only came on, 65 minutes? But he didn't have the impact we would have hoped Costas to have. You know, and look, it comes back to the first half for me. If you're going away to somewhere like Kenilworth Road, and you know you're going to play a team who are going to sit back defensively and are going to come back and come at you, you've got to find that breakthrough. You've got to create those overloads. You've got to you've just got to find a way to put that ball into the net and break this spirit of the fans of the home side. That's what you've got to do. When you go away somewhere like that, you've got to score early. And over the years, that's what Manchester City have been brilliant at, is going and blowing teams away very quickly. And as we got into the second half, everybody's anxiety level started to ratchet up a bit, right? Because we've all seen this movie before. This Liverpool fans have seen this play out many times over the years. Not a natural position, so clear penalty and ban Luton fans, said Indian Scouser. Look, I'm very again. I know people get sick of us Liverpool fans talking about it, right? I get that. But it is very, very demoralizing from a human perspective to hear tragedy chanting, be it about Hillsborough, be it about Munich, be it about the Bradford City fire, any of these things, to hear grown up men and women singing about the deaths of people's loved one at a game of football and think that's okay because you're in a tribal atmosphere with other morons around you. I hope to God the book is thrown at them. It's disgusting. We should be above this as a society. Why is it acceptable week after week for tragedy chanting about anybody's club to take place? Those arseholes in that stand in Luton deserve to be banned. That stadium deserves to be empty for the next couple of games. It's disgusting. And I hope no other clubs fans suffer this either. I don't want to hear about Munich being sung about. I don't want to hear about Bradford being sung about. It's disgusting. Stop. Have some fucking humanity. Stop. Let's have look. The poll's very close. We asked you guys, was it a penalty or not? We've had over 1,000 votes so far, and 51% are saying no at the moment, 49% saying yes. So it's a very close poll. And the reason I like the poll is I'm aware we have a lot of opposition fans in the chat as well. So it's given me a good picture of, I guess, the subjectivity of football and what people think about these big decisions in games. And I want to say this again. Luton played to the whistle. So full credit to Chong, who scored that goal, and to the Luton team for their counter-attack and their manager. Full credit. They worked very hard on that pitch today, and they did their jobs. They played to the whistle. They went down the other end and they scored. And full credit to them for that. But it still doesn't change my mind that stunk. That wasn't a handball. So what Mackett to succeed, but he looks lost. And Whitehammer, yeah, he doesn't look comfortable, or no, that's not the right word. He looks devoid of confidence. Is the best phrase I think I'd use. Whitehammer, mate, in that position. Craig, terrible is Darwin, Moe, Dom Mackett. I agree. Darwin, Moe, Dom Mackett. Yeah, I agree with that. I thought all of those players were below par today. I think that's a fair assessment. The only real shining light for me out there today was Gravenberch. I thought he was exceptional. I thought he linked up play magnificently well, shields the ball well. I thought he was brilliant. I'm sick of seeing all these fans saying sell Darwin and he's horrible. He had a bad game, but do I need to even bring up Newcastle? And he said, obvious penalty. Thank you, Colin, for your super chat. Look, I can't defend the misses. I can't, but I'm not going to go in on my players. I can't defend that we didn't score some of those chances. And I will say Darwin and Moe and Mackett and Szoboszlai were poor. But that's it. That's where it stops. I'm not going in and saying sell them or I want them out. Not at all. It's a bad day at the office. But I'm going to say this again. The PGMOL are cheating us yet again. And I don't say that word lightly. I don't. It was a handball. I'll never understand. I'm looking at it right now. I'm watching it back on Sky right now. I'm looking at a replay of it. And everything after the handball show, not good enough. Defensively, not good enough. And well done, Luton, on the counter. But there's no way I'm ever going to accept that that's not a handball. I'm sorry. I can't. How is it like... Look where his arm is. Fuck off. hits his elbow. Like, if it doesn't hit his elbow, it's going towards the goal. Benjamin Alford, I'll tell you what, let me say this. That's worse than anything Arteta got to moan about yesterday. Anything. Arteta's were all subjective. That's blatantly a handball. So was the ball in or out? Fair enough. Was it a foul at the back post? I'm going to say no. Was it offside? Genuinely don't know because I don't know who the ball came off last. But that's worse for me. Benjamin said if it wasn't us and Luton played against another top level team, I'd be smiling. I think the referee determined the game here. Van Dijk's penalty shout should have been given. The inconsistency is embarrassing. What's even more sad for Maka is that he's watching Ryan take his preferred spot in the team at this moment at Whitehammer. Oh, thank you for your very kind super chat, by the way, there, mate. Appreciate that. Look, he's got to up his game. Competition's healthy. And if McAllister's looking at Ryan Gravenberch taking his spot, tough shit. Be better. Show it on the training ground. Show you deserve that jersey. Ryan Gravenberch's performances since he's come in. Can we get a still image, Connor or Ben, of the handball to bring up on screen to show people? And look, I don't like using still images, but I can show you video, obviously, for obvious reasons. Look, if I could show you the video instance, you know I would, but I can't show you that, unfortunately. Where's the idiot that said, boy who cried wolf? Where's that gobshite? Where is he? Again, King Soboslai, you don't get to say, I don't know what's going on behind me. Does that mean if I turn around backwards, close my eyes, and start throwing elbows and legs and I hit somebody, I'm not guilty? Think about this. Like, the argument of he doesn't know what's going on behind him is like, it's like that argument about I didn't know. I didn't know. Ignorance is never an excuse. So what if he starts throwing his elbows and kicking out legs behind him and he hits someone? Does it not matter then because you can't see what's behind him? You have to understand my side of this as well. You do this in the air and the ball stops towards goal, hit your arm. I don't care if you're jumping backwards. Your arms are extended. It hits your arm. It's a penalty. That's my take on it. And of course, it's open to debate. Of course, people are going to think I'm incorrect, and I appreciate that. But I don't buy the excuse of he doesn't know what's going on behind him. That doesn't wash with me. We were poor at times. We were unlucky. The XG shows that Nunes was good apart from the misses, mate, plural. What if it was a Liverpool player? See, mate, I have proof and many instances of me going against stuff that happens to us to say somebody should have been sent off or a penalty should have been given. I will say it. That's the thing. I know people think, oh, if it was against you, you wouldn't. I fucking would. And I have said it before. But again, we're getting the image, dickheads. We're getting it. Calm the fuck down. Like, you just can't say, get me an image and we have it in a second. It has to be found. We have to size it. We have to make sure we're not using anyone's copyrighted stuff. It takes a few minutes. Calm down. My apologies for the cough. We need consistency. I missed your super chat. Did I? My apologies, baked. I'll find that now, bud. Bear with me while I scroll back up to find your super chat. I hate when people spend their money and I waste it. The lads are saying they can't find an image of it. I'll rewind my TV and find it. 1 sec. Give me 2 secs. I'll take a photo of it and then we can go from there. 1 sec, lads. Sorry, I'm still rewinding here to find this for you. 1 second. So here's the corner. Okay, then they show Luton going down and scoring. Fair enough, but I need to see the replay of the handball, please, lads. Sec. I'm still trying to get this so I can show you guys on the stream. I'm trying to find the right frame. Sec. It's hard to find the right frame here on a TV. Rewinded it. There you go. One sec. I got your picture now. 1 second. Right, I'm going to send that into the WhatsApp group and then we'll get it sized and sent on. Bear with me. Cool. I'll get that up on screen for you guys in a minute. Sorry, I was just getting the right frame there. And where was that super chat I missed from that gentleman? My apologies, dude. I'm going to find that for you now and go back through it. Baked was the gentleman that sent it. He said Darwin cost us points by missing these chances. Seriously getting old. The excuses need to stop for him and he needs to start taking accountability. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from on that one. It's certainly frustrating when he misses these opportunities. What's even more sad for Mac is he's watching Ryan take his place. We've done that one. We were poor at times for the XG. We've done that super chat. I think I've caught up with everybody now. So apologies. If there's any other ones I missed, feel free to call me out and I will find my way back to get them for you. It's not the end of the world. 3 points behind City. It's not the end of the world, but it's not great. Nothing Nerd said, "Did you read my super chat?" I don't know, mate. If I've missed it, tell me what it was, and I can find it for you. But I can't say if I read it out or not because I don't remember everyone's. Right, so coming up on screen now for you guys, handball image, and you guys can make up your own mind. There you go. Now, again, to me, that's a handball and a penalty. And look, it's a still image. It doesn't provide the full context of the situation, but I can show you a video. I don't understand that that's not a handball, and I'll never ever understand how that's not a handball ever. But again, I look forward to hearing from the PGMOL on this one. Blows my mind, honestly. It's 100% a penalty. That's what I said to you. I don't get this no penalty nonsense. He's made his body wider by putting his arms out by his side. If he doesn't get that, look, that ball's headed towards goal, and Darwin might get a touch on it, but it might go. I don't know. Maybe nothing happens, but it's a handball. That's all I can say. Look, it wasn't given. The result is a draw. Luton counter attack. They played to the whistle and they scored. Fair enough. I'm not taking anything away from Luton, but that's a penalty, and the PGMOL are once again fucking us over. Time and time and time again now, season after season. These stupid decisions are coming week after week. I mean, the poll is split 50-50 with nearly 3,000 votes. And do you know what this poll tells me? You know, what I really would take from this situation is we don't know what the handball rules are anymore. I think if we can take anything, if we can probably all agree on this, none of us know what's a pen and what isn't these days with regards to a handball. None of us. And, you know, a lot of us have been around football for 30 plus years. And with these constant changing in handball rules every single season and the tweaking of them we don't know what handball is anymore. They've made it so as they can literally decide themselves what they want to give and what they don't give and hide behind some law. We don't know what a handball is. Let that settle for a minute. Because it's true. We don't know. It's not clear and obvious. It doesn't have to be clear and obvious for a penalty, mate. Again, if you're going to try to use the threshold, learn the fucking implementation of how VAR is used. Doesn't have to be clear and obvious. It just has to be correct. That's by design. No one knows if it's a penalty. That's what I'm talking about, mate. That's my frustration in this, is that we don't know anymore. We, as the footballing public, are at the behest of people in Stockley Park to decide these results for us. And they can decide what is or isn't something because there's no definitive rule. There's no hard and fast rule anymore. It's all subjective. The penalty shout doesn't excuse the awful performance. And again, please, I'm trying not to be angry, but Sergio, you're a regular viewer. Please tell me where I ever, once today, tried to excuse the performance. I have said time and time again, one, fair play to Luton for playing to the whistle. They did their part. Two, the excuses for the missed chances are unacceptable. Three, I've called out the players who haven't performed. Four, I called out Klopp for the substitutions. So I didn't try to use it as an excuse. But it doesn't mean it isn't another thing. It is one part of this shit show today. But ultimately, again, another VAR decision, and it's gone against us. And I feel a little bit annoyed by that. But I also feel very annoyed by the performance. I feel very annoyed by the lack of in-game management, really, from Jurgen and solutions. I feel very let down by the likes of Szoboszlai and Darwin and Mo and McAllister today, who were awful. Thank you, Colin, for your super chat, and have a good day, my friend. Let's not forget that Van Dijk got wrestled to the floor like it was an MMA fight. They looked at that, and that wasn't a penalty either. And look, I didn't have enough of a reading of that situation to give you a fair assessment of it. I think I seen one replay of that. And when it's people coming together in the penalty area like that, when there's arms and legs everywhere and they're tripping over each other, it's a tough one to call. You know, who instigates the contact, who's dragging who to the floor. So fair enough on that. I couldn't say categorically that was or wasn't anything because I didn't see enough of it. Do you think they didn't give the penalty because Luton scored? Do you want the real honest answer from me, or do you want the PC answer that makes everything safe? Yes. Yes. Very much yes. I think because Luton scored, we don't get a penalty. Very much yes. 100% yes. Imagine the fume from the tragedy chanting scumbags inside that stadium. And that's what they were. I'm not, sugarcoating it. You want to sing about tragedy chanting, I'm going to call you a scumbag. So imagine the fume inside the stadium if their goal's ruled out and we get given a penalty. Imagine that for a moment, the reaction inside Kenilworth Road. Endo sat on the bench thinking, what the hell is that? Said Mr. McGee. Look, he doesn't trust Endo. We can't think anything else at this point because the proof of the pudding's in the eating. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't put him in. We can't be expected to buy into Endo and think he's good enough if the manager won't give him minutes. It's a group effort here. If you want us to get behind Endo, we need to see him playing. I thought defensively we were okay, but would it be fair to say the midfield let us down today? Would that be a fair assessment? Because look, chances were missed. It's probably his worst game this season, if I'm being honest on Mo. I just felt like between McAllister and Szoboszlai, we just didn't have the spark in midfield today. I thought we looked better when Elliott came on. I thought Gravenberch, of our midfielders today, Gravenberch was exceptionally good, like really good. We need a bruiser in midfield. That's why Endo would have been perfect. Said Darwin is GOAT. We were arrogant, said LFC rookie. I think that's fair as well. They'll never admit to thinking they can just show up and win in a game of football. But, I don't think you're very wrong, mate. I think there was a bit of a lax attitude there today, yeah. Why is nobody talking about the VAR trip to Saudi and now all these VAR incidents? We've talked about that, Rickster, many times, mate, about Michael Oliver and a few of the others going over for little handy side jobs. But look, I still have it frozen here on my screen, and I think in every other league in Europe, that's a penalty. McAllister was rubbish today. Yes, he was. So look, I'm going to go record my player ratings, folks, and they're not going to be very good. So keep an eye out for them coming out over the next 25 minutes or so. Again, we appreciate all of your support. I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Surfshark, again. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another Anfield Agenda live stream at 6:30. And it just wasn't good enough today for a whole host of reasons. Performance wasn't great. VAR wasn't great. But we didn't show any ruthless streak. So the only time he touches the ball is with his hands to John Williams. Look, I'm going to go, and we're going to do the player rating. So I'll catch up with you guys soon. Thank you for your support. Appreciate you. Just a disappointing weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.